They say every apocalypse begins with a mistake. But what if the real danger isn't the catastrophe that destroys the world, it's the one person who refuses to let that world stay broken? Tonight, everything you thought you knew about survival, morality, and the greater good collapses into something darker. Because after episode 4 of Pluribus, one thing is now violently, dangerously clear. Carol isn't just miserable. She isn't just stubborn. She might be the most dangerous human being left alive. Not because she's evil, not because she wants power, but because she is the only person in an obedient world of smiling puppets who refuses to bend. And when someone like that decides they're right, the consequences are catastrophic. But here's the real nightmare. If Carol is the last free mind, why does she seem more terrifying than the hive itself? And if Manus, starving, furious, rule-obsessed Manus, is the only other survivor with a will of his own, then what happens when the only two unbroken minds left on Earth finally collide? Will they save each other or destroy the world all over again? This is a deep, emotional, dangerous, full breakdown of Episode 4. Spoilers, secrets, hidden meanings, and forbidden knowledge ahead. Everything begins in darkness, the kind that eats your hope cell by cell. Inside a makeshift bunker buried in a storage facility in Paraguay, Manus sits alone counting seconds like they're crumbs of sanity. A timer ticks. He resets it every time he tries a new radio frequency, holding on to the fantasy that maybe, just maybe, someone out there is still untouched by the joining. He's starving, broken, unwashed, a man surviving not because he wants to live, but because he refuses to become them. He digs through trash and finds a can. Not food, just smell, a scent, a memory of nourishment. He licks the metal like a desperate animal fighting extinction. Outside, one of the infected approaches with the same cheerful obedience that would terrify any sane person. They gently place a tray of food near Manus's door, perfect, warm, fresh. A bribe. Not for love, for submission. Manus watches. Hunger pulses in his jaw. His vision shakes. Every instinct begs him to grab it. But instinct is for animals. Manus is a man of rules. His own rules, even if they're killing him. So he grips a crowbar, marches to the gate, and with the fury of someone who has lost everything but his anger, he knocks the tray into the dirt, scattering the food like broken promises. It's not bravery. It's not stubbornness. It's the last scrap of self he refuses to surrender. He believes the food is tainted, poisoned, not chemically or biologically, morally. Because the joining doesn't infect bodies, it infects the will. Back inside, Manus tries to write a courteous note for his customers as he begins breaking into their storage units. Dear customer, I regret to inform you, even the apocalypse can't make him break protocol, which is hilarious, tragic, and deeply revealing. Manus is the kind of man who will starve to death before he breaks a rule, but will also break into 40 storage units before he breaks a moral one. That contradiction is what makes him dangerous, what makes him unpredictable, and what makes him a perfect mirror to Carol. Because the truth is, they are two storms formed from the same collapsing world. The call that changes everything. When Manus's phone finally rings, that ancient, dusty brick of a phone, he doesn't treat it like hope. He treats it like a threat. He assumes it's an infected person. He lashes out. He hangs up. He curses. But then, something shifts. Carol's voice isn't singing the hive's harmony. It stumbles. It snaps. It bleeds. It's human. And you can feel it in his bones when he realizes he is not the last one. He writes her name instantly in his notebook. Carol, possibly Turkish, he scribbles, because when the world ends, stereotypes survive too. He doesn't know her. He doesn't trust her. But she is proof that the world isn't done fighting. She is proof that the world isn't done fighting. And that realization might be more dangerous than starvation.